It's a city where anything can happen, so what could go wrong or right as I hit up LA Unscripted. From binge streaming to binge eating, drinking, or even exercising, how do you pass the time safer at home? Hi everyone, I'm Dana Devon, and thank you so much for taking this half hour a day to indulge with us. You know, when all of this started, toilet paper and cleaning supplies flew off the shelves. But several months in, bakers say flour couldn't be found. And today, the hashtag stress baking has over 50,000 posts. Now our Liberty Chan orders a local cupcake decorating kit to help keep you in the know.
Mommy, I want a green.
You want green?
My name is Susan Cakes, and I am the founder of Susie Cakes Bakeries.
You have changed the landscape of Southern California. I swear, I know you founded this company back in 2006. Since then, you have been a part of every single holiday, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas, my birthday. I swear, I always want Susie Cakes.
I grew up in Chicago, and both of my grandmothers, Mildred and Madeline, lived across the alley from each other. And my dad was a firefighter, so I spent a lot of time at both of their homes. And every time I was there was always some amazing dessert on the table when I got home from school or even when I got up in the morning. Oatmeal cookies, apple pie, chocolate cake, whatever it was extraordinary. And they had passed down their 3x5 recipe cards to me. So I had, all the little tin boxes with the handwritten recipe cards in them. And I just wanted to bring everybody back to a simpler time and place and memories maybe of their own childhoods through Susie Cakes. Our intent is always that we connect first with our guests, and then our guests are able to connect with their families and friends and loved ones when they go home.
I had this delivered today.
We developed this shortly after the first shutdown when our guests were they were craving, Susie Cakes. So we first started sharing some recipes on our Instagram account and on my Instagram account. And then when we opened again, our guests were saying, we want to do something at home, but we don't necessarily want to bake the cupcakes because that's a lot of work. So we came up with the do-it-yourself cupcake decorating kit.
Me and my fiance, we were sitting there, we're adults. Right. No kids were in the house, and we were just having a grand time decorating the cupcakes. Why do you think that resonates with people right now?
I really do believe it brings, yourself and your mental state back to a simpler time, to either when we were kids or when all you had to worry about was, what color sprinkle you're going to put on top of the cupcake. Because there's so much stress in the world right now that to be able to just kind of isolate yourself for 10 minutes or half an hour, or how much time you spend on this, it just takes you to a happy place. You can find us at SusieCakes.com, SUSIE Cakes.com, and on Instagram at Susie Cakes Bakery, and I'm at Susie Cakes. I always say I'm in the celebration business, not necessarily in the bakery business, because I think that when people have joyous things occurring and Susie Cakes is part of them, there's no bigger compliment I could get.
Okay, just a word of warning, parents, if you do this with your kids, maybe not too close to bedtime, there's a lot of sugar there, but experts do say baking bread, basically all things comfy and cozy and nostalgic, helps keep your spirits up. That's why we safely sent our Olivia de Bortoli to LA's iconic soda pop shop.
What's something that's fabulously 50s but we rarely see anymore? Soda pop shops. Well, there's one right here in Highland Park, and I'm gonna try every single flavor.
My father moved the business up here in 1955. About 20 years ago, all of the distribution channels for the little markets were bought up by the chain stores. They closed them down, and when they reopened them, the prices were like $10, $15 a case more expensive. And there was no way that a little store could compete. I sat there and I said, well, we're gonna have to make a change. Primarily what I was looking for when we originally started was old-time sodas that weren't on the shelf anymore. What happened is the shelf space is purchased by Coke and Pepsi, and they own the shelf space and they can put on there what they want. Well, they got rid of all the competition by doing it that way. But the big chain stores didn't mind because they were getting paid.
Should we try some sodas?
Sure. So when you taste this, you're tasting the original thing. Like Shirley Temple never copyrighted her name so anybody could use it. But this is the one,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
the real one.
See, everyone knows Shirley Temple, and this is the original
This is the
Shirley
original
Temple, you guys.
Fonda.
That's so cool.
And we began to find a lot of different brands that were still out there and still available. And that's what we were looking for, working with independent people. Well, we put in the candy. We put in a candy section. We have all the old candies you can't find. And then we went and found toys you can't find. All the old toys that you can't find, we have. We have puzzles that you can't find. We have wines you can't find. We kind of expanded along the way. We have beers you're not going to find. We have everything you can't find.
Oh, look. It's me. Where's my Popeye? Oh, here he is.
And you know, you can also order your favorite fizz and flavors from Galco's Soda Pop Stop. 8 bottles is the minimum. And we are just starting to bubble up. Next, an LA Unscripted Time Warp. Do the Jane Fonda with us. Plus, take a look back at fashion favorites throughout the years. Plus, small cars, big fun. Stay with us. It's going to be a wild ride. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dana Devon. From garage gyms to living room fitness centers, the coronavirus forced us to get creative about burning calories. But in-home fitness has been shaping up since VHS tapes and spandex, remember those? And now in this Healthy Vibes, we pop in the classic Jane Fonda to find out if the workout still holds up.
Oh,
come on, forget that.
Gosh. Oh,
Let's go, come on. I got a better workout than this.
What are you wearing?
Let's go. Let's get physical. Come on. Let's go. Let's get physical.
All right.
Physical. I want to get physical.
Hello, class. We're bringing back the movement.
So recently, Jane Fonda pulled out her leotard and her leg warmers.
She revived her 80s workout routine on TikTok.
And so I drafted Liv, who's only a baby in the 80s, to actually give it a try with me.
You like this?
Buttocks pulled in, everyone.
And back to left. Stretch it out.
Look, you got a pulse.
Oh,
Stretch it out.
Stretch it out. Wow, Jane.
are we still down?
Wow. Oh, jeez. Through. Through. Oh, jeez. No. No. No, Jane. This is really
I like
good.
the twist.
Oh. What?
The leotard's going up my butt.
That's how we wore them. We wore them up the butt.
It's like a super wedgie.
Yeah.
I don't like the pulsing.
There's no. When did we learn that pulsing was bad?
Like
And you gotta make this face. You gotta go.
Data.
6, 7.
Wow.
She's limber.
Look how fast they're
Wow.
going. I can't even go that fast.
This burns.
See? This is not that easy.
You know what? I take it all back.
You take it back.
I
don't
take it
you?
all back.
It's actually not dinner.
Exercise your glutes, exercise your quads.
Oh, the bird. I was actually sore from this. And by the way, you can still buy those VHS tapes online. And speaking of spandex, have you ever been to Iguana Vintage Clothing? Now in this Trends with Benefits, I safely shopped the Hollywood store for this fun fashion rewind. What should people know when they come here?
Just take some time to explore when you walk in, because there's so much here. We have 3 floors.
You guys, this is from Texas. I have an ugly sweater party every year. Yeah, baby. What are the eras, the decades that you guys have here?
We really have a lot of 70s, we have a lot of 80s, and then we also can do a lot of things further back, like the 20s.
Yeah, baby. Who wants to go to prom with me? It does strike you that everything old is new again. You seeing that as well?
I like to call it the 20-year rule in vintage. Approximately every 20 years, things will come back.
Okay, so I have some looks I need to pick out for the show. Do you think you could kind of guide me?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let's go, because there is so much stuff that we want to conquer here. Who doesn't want little bedazzled stonewashed back in their lives?
Now, these are some authentic 1970s prints. They're absolutely stunning. I love them. You also had, for instance, your prairie dresses.
So in the 80s, I was a teenager. I'm feeling my teenage years right here.
The bigger ones you'll have are those stripes, the neon stripes.
Yes, and off the shoulder. Gag me with this spoon. Yeah, I feel that waist going down an inch or two right now. How about that? Spikes! This is 90s, right? Everybody needs a good tracksuit. That was so much fun. Their threads are legit, and all of their stores are complying with safer at home orders, so make sure to call before thrift shopping. But don't go yet, because we have more super cool stuff to share. Coming up, hop in the driver's seat of LA's coolest COVID-safe tour. And let's see what's cooking with Jessica Holmes. LA Unscripted will be right back with all things yummy. I've heard of drive-in movies, I've heard of other drive-in things, but I've never heard of a drive-in dance performance.
It's so powerful. I think we all take live art and live performance for granted because it used to be so accessible. But now when I pull in my vehicle and I watch these dancers express themselves, it's beyond powerful to see live performance. When COVID hit and we knew we couldn't perform inside, we pivoted and we put the dance floor outside, and we had all our rehearsals outside, masked. Dancers can't touch each other, which is interesting for dancers. And then we put tickets on sale. It's $100 for a car. You can have up to 6 people in the vehicle. And we only limit it to 8 vehicles so that everybody kind of gets a front row seat. The composer Alex Summers did the music. That comes through the radio. So it's like this really immersive experience, and you literally feel like you're the only person there and you're having a private performance. The reaction's been incredible. The arts are really suffering because they're kind of last one that people think about, and the government certainly doesn't think about them. So to shut your theatres, I mean, a lot of companies are closing. It's really sad.
I don't know if you've seen my dancing, but
you're hired.
It's pretty. It's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's just.
I think you could definitely get the crowd going pre-performance. The best place to get tickets is on our website, ladanceproject.org.
So what does going off script mean to you? Well, for us here at the show, it means finding local activities that are approved to be open and safe to enjoy. It's also important to know we will not feature anything here the team has not tried. And that's why I love getting Dana Devil Dog dares from small businesses and the community, like this one from husband and wife owned Sunny Day Scoot. All right, I've been race car driving before, but now I'm feeling the need for speed again. It is time to put the pedal to the metal and go race car driving all over again. Come on. Nice to meet you. I heard we're going race car driving.
Well, these are what we're going to be driving today. They're like race cars, but cuter. This is really the perfect activity, especially right now, because by nature you have this space and the social distancing is built into our experience.
It's super easy to drive, super fun. It's kind of like a bicycle.
We're definitely popular for locals because it's an LA bucket list thing to do, and that's both for people visiting and for locals.
We have 1 hour experiences up to 3 hour tours. We see some of the studios, Disney Animation Studios, Warner Brothers Studios.
All right, I'm gonna hand you your helmet.
Okay, am I gonna need this? Now, this is probably the time I tell you I can't hook my own helmet or drive very well.
You're gonna be good because you're gonna be in between guides today, so you don't have to really rely on your own.
But don't hit them.
Yeah, please don't hit
the
them.
guide.
Yeah. There are not gonna be any foot pedals here.
No pedal?
No pedals. Everything's gonna be on the handlebars like a bicycle or a motorbike.
How fast does this thing go?
It can go up to 60, but I know, but we're gonna obey the laws.
Can it do donuts?
It can.
Really?
We won't be.
They're completely safe. We always have a guide in the front and a guide in the back.
This is so fun! You see LA in a whole new way!
You have to be 21 and older to drive and 7 and older as a passenger. We're open 7 days a week, starting at sunrise.
The biggest thing is spreading the joy. We always want to make people feel like a kid again.
Sunny Day Scoot is taking reservations. And speaking of good things in small packages, now our Jessica Holmes heating up big ideas.
Maybe you guys are like me, you're trying to eat healthier in the new year. And I'm gonna make a salad with kale, and same thing, kale really good for you. And just easy store-bought rotisserie chicken, or if you have some chicken you wanna throw in here, it would be good with really anything, bacon. So I'll chop up my kale, and I have 2 heads of kale here. I'm also gonna get, I think a little celery would be nice. So I have some celery, my handy little mandolin, which is very dangerous because it's so sharp. Celery goes in. And then to that, I'm gonna get my dressing going and get this dressed before I add everything else. I think a mustard vinaigrette is nice, like a Grey Poupon sort of a base. So about a tablespoon of mustard, good pinch of salt, lemon. Let's do a half a lemon and see if that's enough. Let's do some honey. Just a drizzle of honey to add a little sweetness. So let's mix the mustard, the lemon, the honey, just a splash of red wine vinegar, and then really good extra virgin olive oil. And this is how it emulsifies. You mix and you pour. So I'm gonna get this onto our kale now and just let this soften the kale, because kale can be a little tough. Just coat all your kale leaves. To our kale, we're gonna add the yummy stuff. Let's do some apple. So I have a Honey Crisp apple here. Leave the peel on and just cut it into a little chop. Apple goes in. Chicken. Just some leftover rotisserie chicken. Chop that in. some blue cheese. You could buy crumbles, but I got a little block here, and I'm gonna take a couple of forks and just, you know, I like it this way. Sometimes when you get the crumbles, they put things in there like additives to keep it crumbled. And to avoid that, I just got the block of blue cheese. Blue cheese going in, avocado. It's good to probably hit it with a little lemon because this can turn brown really quickly. So can the apples. Avocado going in. Okay, last thing, pecans. And they have to be toasted because they will taste so much more flavorful if you toast your pecans. Maybe a quarter cup. When you start to smell them just before they get dark on you. Okay. Pecans going in. And we're done. Look at that. Who wouldn't want that for dinner?
Would you look at that, just in time for dinner. But come back again, same time, same place. Go off script with us. We'll get through this together, I promise.